interaction, and we can initiate this interaction, but we can invite some dignitaries to lighten the lamp. So I would like to invite Mataji to please come forward for the lighting the lamp. Dr. Chaitanya ji to please come forward. Speaker Khomsorn sir to please come forward, and Professor Charapad Parpanda Vidyaji to please come and lighten the lamp. I would also like to invite Mr. Satit Kumarji from Ramakrishna Vedanta Association to join the dignitaries over the lighting the lamp. Now I would like to invite Mr. Satit Kumarji, the President Ramakrishna Vedanta Association Thailand, to deliver an opening address for this session.
Namaskar Divyanandaji, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute honor and privilege to welcome you all on this special event organized by Ramakrishna Vedanta Association in cooperation with the Swami Vivekananda Culture Center. The association dedicated to promote the universal teaching of Vedanta as brought forth by Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sarda Devi and Swami Vivekananda. It serves as a beacon of spiritual seeker, fostering an environment where an individual can learn, grow and apply Vedic wisdom in their everyday life. Through the regular classes, discussion and meditation session and various services activities, the association upholds the principle of spiritual development, selfless service and unity in diversity. This evening, we are gathered here to explore the timeless teaching of our ancient Indian heritage, as we are fortunate to have as our speakers highly esteemed figure Pravrajika Divyanandaprana. She is a distinguished monastic member of Ramakrishna Sarada mission, and her work span a wide range of mutual education and humanitarian effort. Her contribution extends to not only across India but internationally, where she delivers lectures and seminars on Vedic philosophy, spirituality, leadership and self-development. Pravrajika Divyanandaprana spiritual journey is rooted in a profound wisdom of Vedanta, a philosophy that emphasizes on the oneness of existence, the divinity of the soul and the unity of all religions. In her teaching, she brings these eternal principles to life, making them accessible to people from all walks of life. Her approach combines ancient wisdom with modern relevance, offering practical insight for managing the challenges of today's fast-paced world while remaining rooted to the higher ideal of spirituality. Throughout her career, Pravrajika Divyanandaprana has had the privilege of speaking at some of the most prestigious education institutes in India, such as Indian Institute of Technology, Indian Institute of Management, where she addresses not only spiritual subjects but also topics like leadership, emotional resilience, and personal empowerment. Her emphasis on holistic leadership that is grounded in self-awareness, compassion, and ethical values, has made her a guiding light for students, professional, and spiritual aspirants alike. In addition to her academic engagement, Pravrajika Divyanandaji has been invited to deliver talks at international forums across Europe and the United States and Southeast Asia, where she has shared the message of Vedantic harmony and inclusiveness. She speaks eloquently on the interconnectedness of all humanity, advocating for the oneness of all religions and the importance of fostering the global community that is based on mutual respect, understanding, and collaboration. Her teachings are particularly relevant to today's world, where the quality of leadership, compassion, resilience, and ethical living are more crucial than ever. She shows that how these values, deeply rooted in Vedanta, can help create not just effective leaders, but leaders who inspire, uplift, and transform society. Today, as we dwell into the wisdom of Indian heritage, we are truly blessed to have her guidance. Through her words, we will uncover the profound relevance of ancient Indian wisdom and addressing the challenges of modern life, helping us to find inner peace, harmony, and greater sense of purpose. Her message resonates with those who seek to balance the demand of the external world with the need of personal and spiritual growth and inner equanimity. On behalf of Ramakrishna Vedanta Association of Thailand, I warmly welcome you all on this enriching evening. We're deeply grateful to Pravrajika Divyanandaji for making the time to be with us and for sharing a vast reservoir of knowledge and insight. We look forward to this opportunity to learn from her, to be inspired by her, and to deepen our understanding of how the timeless teaching of Vedanta can guide us toward a life of spiritual fulfillment and selfless service. Let's open our heart and mind as we embark on this enlightening journey together, exploring how the ancient truth of Vedanta can be applied in our daily life, both as individual and as a member of a broader global community. Once again, warm welcome to each one of you, and our heartfelt thanks to Pravrajika Divyanandaji for her presence and for sharing her wisdom with us today. We also have with us a very well-known monk from India, Pravrajika Bodhi Videsh. He is the chief abbot of what Tishe Thawan in Uttar Pradesh, India. He did his PhD in philosophy at DDU, Uttar Pradesh, and MBA in BSU in philosophy. I'm also very glad to have such a senior monk who is with us today, and he will enlighten us with his speech today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Satit Kumar sir, for giving the brief details about the event. So first, I would like to invite our first speaker, Phramaha Khomsorn, to deliver a speech. Yeah, please come.
The President of Yogi, the President of Swami Vivekananda Cultural Center, Bangkok, Embassy, Indian Bangkok, distinguished guests, all delegates and all the attendants who participate on this very auspicious occasions. Mataji Pravrajika and all the followers, on this very great honor for me to be here. Most of the time I'm spend my life have been in several places in India, especially in Buddhist holy places like Bodh Gaya, Banaras, Kushinagar, Lumbini, Sravasti, even though other Buddhist places, and spend my lifetime to construct the monastery, Buddhist monasteries. This is from Thailand culture. Very rare time to be as a speaker. So I'm not much to talk about the topic, but I would like to develop my speech about my direct experience. And the talk on wisdom of Indian spiritual heritage. The wisdom. Now I can say that the world today became the dangerous place to stay because of separation, because of belief, because of natural disasters. But the world today already well connected by the social media, well connected by all access by the technology. So why we are here? But we are still separate because of belief, because of religions, because of culture. Many more create us to be easy to conflict each other, then create a war. We are afraid of this kind of conflict. So now I can say that Indian spiritual heritage is only one, the hope for the world today. Because of what? I have learned one sentence from India in Hindi. मेरा हिंदी बहुत कम है ना. एक सेंटेंस का भगवान एक नाम अनेक. एक ही भगवान होगा. भगवान एक नाम अनेक क्या है? नाम अलग अलग थे. कितना नाम है आपका बताइए? आपके भगवान नाम बताइए. Anurati. How many name of the God in India?
More than 100,000.
More than 100,000. That's right. That is only the name, but the real God only one. The real God, only one. The reality, only one. This is sentence to be unite all different beliefs, different religions, different idea to be one. This should be universal belief. Why I say that universal belief is much well access, well connect each other. This wisdom is originated from India. I have studied about Buddhist history in India and philosophy and many more. I have realized that all topic, all knowledge, all belief, philosophy and religion, we could not make a separation between religions and philosophy. We could not separate. It is only one. So by this belief, by this wisdom, accumulate us all together to be united. Even we are Buddhist, I speak on behalf of, I'm a Buddhist monk. In India, they believe that Lord Buddha is one of God. One of God, name it Buddha Bhagavan, Buddha Avatar. You know, when Buddhism were destroying from other belief in India, you know who protect Buddhist places? Who protect the Buddha statue in India? Who protect? God.
Sanatan Dharma. Ashoka.
Ashoka बाद में Ashoka पहले. After that, who protect? Like, for example, like at Bodh Gaya, the Mahanji they protect, right? Otherwise, we never seen the just a beautiful Buddha say the Buddha Metta at Bodh Gaya. Am I right? At Kushinagar, also the villagers, the local people, they protect the Buddha statue from outsider. At Nalanda, the black Buddha, is it still there due to whom? Due to Hindu, due to villagers, they protect the Buddhas. Otherwise, we never seen the complete, just a beautiful Buddha statue in the world today. Sattutanavya. So, by the Buddha avatar, by the Buddha as the God, by the Buddha as the one name of the God in India, so all they protect by, they believe, they respect. And even though the religions or belief from Hindus, they protect all because of everything as the God. One day I asked the labor to cut the Bodhi tree. Bodhi tree. What they say? They say that better one day you cut my throat. They go not cut the Bodhi tree. They believe that the tree of God. Even we go to use Tulsi. You know Tulsi? By the power. Our Thai, they use bai kapao, pat kapao. They don't know they worship as the God. So they use that. So when they came to know, also they respect. They have to do puja also for Tulsi Mata. This is the symbol of love in family. So all they protect by the name of the tree, by the name of the animal, like cow, animal. In this time, at UP state, no any single one can disturb Bhakava. Then well protect. It is the wisdom which is the world never have. The world never thought about this importance of the environment or the property of the world, which is we are beings, living world. So by the belief and by practical ways of their followers up to present day, the world try to develop more and more. But India have protected this thing to be as it is, as to be a nature. The more world develop, we have to stop the idea of modern world to a lot to be more and more developed. The final aim, the final destination of development is what? Is destroy. So India protect the nature as well as protect the world. And one sentence I can say now. Now, India going to rule all over the world by Buddhism. Why I say this? Because of the world now is calling for the peace. You see, United Nations have recognized the Vesak Day as the World Important Day. Because of what? Because of they have seen the teaching of the Buddha from India is protected and well deserved, preserved of the world peace. If world today we include the population including China, is more than 1,000 million of Buddhist population. And even from Western country, they come to India, they come to Thailand to learn more, to study more about Buddha teachings. And day by day, they came to know that the only hope by the Buddha teaching. Let's put into practice. May you all straighten your body and you inhale, exhale, breathing in and breathing out. Just look back to yourself. Look back to yourself and focus at your nose, in or out. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Let you focus and practice by your own. Now I'm guiding you to follow the Buddha teaching by practical ways. We talk a lot more about many knowledge, many things to be, but we forgot it to focus oneself. You know, one day, if you breathe in, is not out. If the out is not in, it means your life ends. This is the most important of all beings. It is the more important of our life. No breathing in, no breathing out, life ends. Your property, your prosperity, all the things you have collect, all properties you have, no mean. There no means. Nothing. And you focus your breathing. In, you know it in. Out, you know it out. Get rid of all worrying, tensions. Stay with your own oneself. You knowing it in, you knowing it out at that exact moment. Get rid of all defilements, worryings, what tension, let it be. Come to see yourself close up to your breath in or out. Just knowing, just focus is in or out. In or out, just knowing at that exact moment, please. This is we call anapanastic. This is the one of practical way to reach the inner peace. The peace must generate from oneself. Listen to me. The peace must generate from oneself, then separate out to other. Now in this home, we came here together by the invitation, by opportunity, by luck, by whatsoever. But it is the great opportunity to be together, to know oneself first. When you all stay with oneself, reaching peace, then spreading out to others. There is no suffering. There is no dukkha. There is no any conflict. 100% of peace generate from this room. Then slowly to others. The peace could not be by calling for the peace. The peace could not be asked for peace, a request from anyone, but the peace must be generated from oneself first. You stay with the present at least 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour a day, whenever you have time. First, try to control yourself by these practical ways. One, we have practical ways. In Pali, we call Kammadhana. Kammadhana means the way, the practical way, or the work for the mental, for our mind to be set up, to be trained, well trained, and follows, focus to oneself. Once you have peace, then everyone have peace. Your house, everyone practice like this, everyone have peace. Your village, your district, your country, your world will be automatically gain the peace. It is my suggestion, my instruction, my good wishes to you all. We need not to look at the bad side of others. We look inside. What bad oneself, get rid of. What good, put into practice and follows. That's all. Only way to be easy. Keep this practical ways in memorize and try to be control yourself and try to be at the present by yourself. You are your own guru. Apana guru hai. This is the best thing. We have 1,000 belief, 1,000 philosophy, 1,000 religions, 1,000 God. That is only for reaching the peace. This is important of the practical ways. This is universal practice. It is the universal way to be reaching the real peace. It is the wisdom of Indian spiritual heritage from Lord Buddha, the enlightened one from India. So, Atta hi atano nato kohi nato parosiya. You yourself take your own refuge. You yourself to be get rid of beyond all sufferings by generate peace for oneself, then spread to others. Just open your eyes. Thank you so much. Apana. Now my tear is coming out. Due to what you know? Due to I feel very happy moment of peace from inside. Then it come from my eye. The tear, there are two experience. If you have the gram hot tear, it means you have much of suffering. If you have cold, if you getting cold, it means you reach the happiness, the God happiness. It's the way. Actually, I have many things to be here, but due to I'm just reached this morning at 5 o'clock. So I could sleep last night, so I'm just want to give this experience to you and happy direct experience for my own side. And again, I think this time over for my speech. And thanks so much for invitation. Thanks Yogi to be invited here, me here, and all the members. Most venerable to be here and try to be united together and to be universal practical ways for Bhagavan Ek Namani Yogi Tikana Tikana Mohut Baraya Afka Mohut Dandavat Nena Chatamu. Again ขออนุโมทนาสาธุญาติโยมทุกท่านทุกคนที่ได้เข้ามาร่วมฟังวันนี้ก็ได้นำประสบการณ์นิดหน่อยจริงๆมีเยอะจะถ่ายทอดแต่ว่าด้วยเวลาจำกัดแล้วก็ด้วยสุขภาพส่วนตัวเป็นมีโรคอยู่ก็เลยได้นิดหน่อยตามที่ได้โอกาสก็ขออนุโมทนาและขอให้พรขอนำพรแด่พุทธภูมิ May I take this opportunity to bring the blessing from Buddha Bhumi to be raised to you all. Bhavantu sabba mangalang rakantu sabba devata sabba buddha nubhavena sada soti bhavantu te. Bhavantu sabba mangalang rakantu sabba devata sabba dhamma nubhavena sada soti bhavantu te. Bhavantu sabba bhavantu te siddhi kiccang siddhi kammang siddhi laphoชโยนิจจังภวัตตุเตสัพพสิทธิสัพพทาสาธุ
What you started off by saying of Bhagavan Ek Namane, this is the key of everything. And today, as Dr. Sathit has already mentioned that Pravrajika Divyanandaprana is a senior nun of the order of Sarada and Mission, and she is known for her teachings all over the world, including India, all the IITs. She runs programs on leadership, on how Vedanta makes every mission a spiritual backbone is added to it, and how world peace is achieved through ventures. Today we have got many words which are called like sustainability. Everything is based on the word sustainability, and essentially this is sustainability of the self, which is the key factor in bringing in world understanding, world peace. Mataji has traveled far and wide in the Western world. She has been lecturing in MIT, in Duke University, in North Carolina, and various other places apart from India. And it is a matter of great privilege that two gentlemen present over here. One is Dr. Nanak Mohanty, who has been, along with his wife, been the main persons to bring her message to many parts of the world, and including Thailand today. And I thank you, Nanak, for this. And without wasting any further time, may I invite Mataji that enlighten us this evening with your wisdom of spiritual heritage of India.
Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. My pranams and namaskars to all my brother monks, most revered Phramaha, Khomsorn, Khamkert, and all the dignitaries gathered here, and professors, and all the members of the Vedanta Society of Thailand. Thank you very much for having me here. It is really such a delightful topic which you have given us. Wisdom of Indian spiritual heritage. The wisdom which the whole world is asking for, and which is being absorbed all over the world according to as much as we can digest. Whoever wants whichever portion of the spiritual heritage, it is there for everyone. Because as my brother beautifully put it, एक ही पकवान है लेकिन नाम बहुत सारे हैं. This is there in the Rig Veda, 8,000-year-old manuscript, the oldest Ved available, you can say the manuscript available to humankind. 8,000, more than 8,000 years old. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahudha Vadanti. Truth is only one. God is only one. Reality is only one. We are used to calling it by different names because we have different minds. Different minds gives diversity, different names, different expressions, different manifestation, but one essence. So this is the actual message of the Vedas, from which is derived the entire Indian spiritual heritage. And let us remember this. If we remember this connecting thread, there will not be so many differences in religions, because spirituality is only one. You can interpret it in any way you want according to your mindset, but the essence is only one. Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. The truth is one, but the rishis, the men of knowledge, interpret it variously. This is the understanding of the Vedas, and that is why every religion is welcome in India. Every insight into truth is welcome. Bhagwan Buddha is verily one of our Vishnu avatars. We see him like that. And on Buddha Purnima, even in my order, the order to which I belong, we fast the whole day and we keep whole night vigil and we meditate on the illumination of Lord Buddha under the Bodhi tree. This is how we look upon the Buddhist philosophy and the Buddhist Sangha. It is very much part of Sanatan Dharma, because Buddha is one of the Maha-avatars of Vishnu. And every realized person belonging to any spiritual tradition is included in the Sanatan Dharma, because it is actually the portal for spiritual insight, for spiritual knowledge, and nobody is excluded. This is the spirit of the Sanatan Dharma. Wherever there is truth, it is Sanatan, it is eternal. Nobody can lay exclusive claim to it. It is for everyone. This is the might of the Indian spiritual heritage, and that is why it survives. And that is why it goes everywhere and affects every mind, because truth is universal. Truth is not exclusive. Whether it is discovered here in Thailand or in India or in Pakistan or in Russia or in United States, the same truth holds. Like any law of physics, the same law of gravitation holds everywhere. So also the same spiritual truth holds everywhere. Religions can interpret it differently, but truth is not different. And whoever gets insight into truth, that is why automatically becomes universal. Automatically. No matter to what cloth we wear, which tradition we belong to, the same truth, the same insight is there. And this is the great glory of the Indian spiritual heritage. That is why, in the Vedas, it is also said, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. There is only one family on this earth, the family of humanity. And we drew the borders and made different nations and different customs and different cultures. The borders were made by us, isn't it? You go 150 kilometers above the earth's atmosphere. There are no borders. There are no 5 oceans and 200 countries and 5 continents. There is only one body of water, one body of land, and one humanity. And the spirit shining in that humanity, which is the light of God. There is only this much only is the truth. And all borders and differences were made by the human mind. Because somewhere it likes to be exclusive, likes to be special. That's all. Understanding this, you see, at one time I was in Cape Town and standing on that Table Mountain where you can actually see the merging of the 2 oceans. It's such a beautiful sight, and it created the perfect philosophical moment for me, where I clearly saw there are no 2 oceans. We gave the names. We created unnecessary demarcations which are not there. No divisions are actually. It's one body of water. And at such crucial moments you can really see there are no differences essentially. And that is why Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the truth. Whole of humankind is one, not only in spirit. Fact of existence is a unitary consciousness. I come from the monastic order which bears the name of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. You must have heard of him, most of you. So his name is associated with the harmony of all religions, because he actually saw the unitary consciousness in every being, everywhere, in every religion. In fact, he practiced every religion. Have you ever seen a person who was by turns Hindu and Muslim and Christian? And he practiced every religion and found the same truth, the same state of God consciousness through every practice. And so he concluded, yes, only names are different. The actual essence is the same. Jato mat tato path. Which means as many faiths, that many paths to the ultimate reality. But reality is only one. There are no 2 realities. I remember that beautiful incident in Sri Ramakrishna's life when he is coming from the Kali Ghat temple in Kolkata. He is coming towards Dakshineshwar. On the way there is a mosque in which a fakir is praying intensely to God with tears in his eyes. Oh my beloved, come to me, come to me. He is praying intensely to God. And at once Sri Ramakrishna jumped down from his carriage, which was going to Dakshineshwar. He jumped down and came running and embraced the fakir. And both of them embraced each other, because a mystic only understands another mystic, They embraced each other and both of them wept and prayed to God. This is the spirit of the Indian spiritual heritage. Wherever there is truth, we will go and embrace that truth. Because truth is only one. That is the nature of God. That is the reality shining in each one of us. And all these ancient philosophies, see, personally I come from the Vedantic tradition. So the philosophy I live by is called Vedant. And that is the very essence of the Vedic texts, the Upanishads. And our entire order is based on this. So this Vedic philosophy, Sanatana Dharma, what is it telling us? It is the oldest philosophy available to humankind. It is telling us this much: only one consciousness is shining in all beings. You call it by any name, or don't give it a name. If we don't give it a name, we call it Brahman, Brihatva Brahman, something vast, shining in all beings. But it's the same substance shining in every being and manifesting differently as man, woman, as so and this and that. But the same essence is there in every human being. And Vedanta actually means pointing you to your source. Going to the source factor. What is the root of my personality sense? It is my consciousness. What is consciousness? It is the self. It is Brahman. It is the God of the universe shining in my heart. Only one substance shining in every heart. See, when all of us, we are talking about ourselves, all of us say I, isn't it? It's like a generic name for each one of us. All of us say I, and all of us point to the heart. Do we point anywhere else? No, we point to the heart, and we mean consciousness. Which means what? Only one consciousness is manifesting as this word of diversity and multiplicity. So this is what is called Brahman in the Upanishads, and the entire Upanishadic philosophy is about the knowledge of Brahman, the knowledge of the unitary existence of consciousness everywhere. And all our saints and sages, whatever spiritual might India has produced, they have all got this insight into the reality of existence. It's the same insight. Each one speaks the same language. The languages are so many in India, but they are speaking of the same truth. And that is why today Vedanta is coming into Indian universities. See, I am teaching at 5 universities in India, including 3 IITs. IIT Delhi and IIT Kanpur and Chennai and Mandi, they all have periodic courses. We are all teaching Vedanta as the science of consciousness. How to manifest this inner essence? It manifests in different ways, through your mind it manifests as thought, as memory, as attention, and as emotion also. It manifests through your heart as emotion, kindness, feeling. It manifests through your motor organs as energy, and it manifests in this world as objects, the same consciousness. So consciousness is related to all of this. You want to sharpen thought, memory, focus, attention, you have to understand the science of consciousness. The essence of my being is what? This should be the fundamental search, isn't it? What do you mean by passing through life without knowing who I am? This is the fundamental search. What is the essence of my own being? What is happening on Jupiter or in the Milky Way or somewhere else is secondary. It is outside of me. But what is happening in me should be primary, isn't it? I should know who I am first before I know the world around me. So this search is there in Vedanta in its purest form, in the Upanishads. Kena Upanishad, direct questioning on this, inquiry on this. Kene shitam padati preshitam manana, kena prana prathamo preti yukta, kene shitam vacha vimam vadanti, chakshu shrodra kaudevo yunakti. And the answer also is there. It is the eye of your eye, the mind of your mind, the ear of your ear. It is the consciousness within you which is being called God. Yes, it's called the kingdom of heaven in the West. It is called by different names. In India you have 1,000 names, not 1,000, 10,000 names. And in Southeast Asia you call it Buddha. The same consciousness, Brahman, the ultimate truth of existence. It is the same truth. You see, this search is a common, you can say, undercurrent of entire Indian spiritual tradition. And that is why these are very scientific texts. No belief system or faith associated or commandments, no such thing. Direct inquiry and meditation. Meditation is our forte. The greatest texts on meditation and mindfulness and attention you will find in our spiritual traditions. Today we are drawing from there. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, 2nd century BC text. It is a complete manual on attention, focus and mind management. Upanishads are a complete textbook. How many of you have read the Upanishads? Or at least exposed? No, nobody. Monks of course will have some exposure, but you see the importance lies, you can draw so much for what we call consciousness studies today and contemplative science, contemplative psychology from the Upanishads. Because that is the science of consciousness in the Indian spiritual tradition. What is the technology of consciousness? It is yoga. So very, very, important insights and ideas and philosophies are there. Don't think philosophy is something hoary text, antique text which can't be used today. Don't think it's obsolete. It is the most practically relevant information you have on what you're working on today, including artificial intelligence systems, robotics. See, I have also spoken at MIT and Princeton. They are only interested in artificial intelligence and robotics. But do you know where our spiritual heritage contributes to that? If you do not know consciousness, how will you try to make your AI conscious? How will you even understand whether it will become conscious or not? Because you don't know consciousness, you will not know anything in essence. That is why you should go back to philosophy. PhD itself means, what does PhD mean? Philosophy of that particular subject. Philosophy is at the root of science. And so we should go back and draw the essence of these philosophies and use them today. So this is the special contribution of the Indian spiritual heritage. You have the science of consciousness, you have the science of attention, concentration, focus. You also have the science of, what is called emotional intelligence. Because some of our great works, I can quote to you Bharat Muni's famous work on Natya Shastra. Huge contribution made to performing arts, but how emotion is kindled through your motor activity, how emotion is kindled through your thought. I would say it's a manual on emotional intelligence. Even this information is there. Because our great philosophers were not just men of thought, they were rishis. They were men of meditation. They were men of realization. And so knowledge, you see, that is when a knowledge society comes up. When you have people meditating on what they believe to be true, that is the gateway to higher knowledge. And all these philosophers were rishis. They were not armchair philosophers. You understand the difference? Armchair philosophy means when you sit in an armchair and go on thinking without ever trying to control thought or direct thought in a particular way. Just thinking makes you a philosopher. But meditative thought, meditative awareness, and the thinking born of that meditative awareness makes you a rishi. It goes beyond philosophy. It goes to the level of realization. So all these philosophies were born like that. They were born from rishis. Sankhya was born from rishi. The group of sutras are attributed to Gautama. Yoga was born from Patanjali. Patanjali was a great rishi. And Vedant was entirely by rishis. How many rishis? Even women rishis. This is again the glory of the Indian spiritual heritage. Women were given equal rights with men. And some of the greatest rishis, they were rishikas of the Vedas, were women. You have 32 names of women rishis. What can be closer to the human being than his or her own consciousness, tell me? In consciousness there is no sex. There is no difference. So they are on par with the men in the Vedic paradigm. And even today, the spirit holds. That is why I belong to an order which was created by Vivekananda, where he wanted women to be on par with men, especially in the spiritual realm, and never delegated to be under anybody. So our order is completely independent in a sense, but under the umbrella of the Ramakrishna movement. So this is all this is the contribution of the Indian spiritual heritage, whether you call it the study of consciousness, the study of attention and focus, the study of emotional intelligence. All these are such important topics in today's philosophy of mind, psychology, neuroscience, consciousness studies, all of them. So this is what I am teaching at all these universities. It's all related to the heart of consciousness, to the heart of awareness, to your own being. So first, monastic life actually means uncovering truth from within. First we must try to do that, and then everything else will fall in place. And that is why uncover the secret of your own spiritual heritage. If we are really intelligent, we'll do that. Otherwise we will have to keep borrowing from somewhere, from this author and that author who himself borrowed from our own spiritual heritage. So take care of this. Take care of. Let us become sensitive to our great spiritual heritage and the interpretation of it through rishis who have come just a few years back. Swami Vivekananda was one such rishi. Sri Ramakrishna was a man of that kind of spiritual mind. Those who have realized truth by themselves, from within themselves, is a rishi. And so you go directly to their works, you will find truth is being interpreted so broadly and so beautifully and with original insight. And this again is the might of the Indian spiritual heritage, that it produces rishis from time to time. And it is these rishis which are able to draw, fill up the gaps which are there in modern thinking, modern, you can say, dialogue in various academic institutions, where they are trying to find the links between consciousness and mindfulness, awareness, focus, thought, all this. So this is where Indian spiritual heritage contributes tremendously. Every religion which has arisen in India has felt the touch of this heritage. Please know this. We don't exclude anybody, because it is one humanity. Whom will you exclude? You exclude somebody, you yourself will get excluded, because it's one consciousness. Sri Ramakrishna's perception was that. I will give you just that incident from his life and close my talk here, because there's an interpreter, Thai interpreter, who will give you the essence in Thai. But this incident is so remarkable in Sri Ramakrishna's life. One day, Sri Ramakrishna was in a samadhi state and sitting on his bed. And the one who recorded the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, M, came and sat close to him. And he looked at the master's face, which was full of bliss, and as if he had gone somewhere and touched something and then now coming back and opening his mouth. After a long time, Sri Ramakrishna spoke. And do you know what he said after that samadhi state? He's saying immediately, do you know how I see this world? Do you know how I see all these people, these men, women, these plants? That's a temple garden, Dakshineshwar. So these plants and trees and these buildings, I see it is all one substance appearing as different forms. Look at the perception. One substance appearing in different forms, and we are calling it different names. He's saying this, Sri Ramakrishna. Then he says, it is like a wax garden where everything is made of wax. But you see, like the tree's trunk is made of wax, leaves are made of wax, fruit is made of wax. But I am seeing only the leaf and tree and fruit. I am not seeing the wax. The wax is that Brahman, divine consciousness, one substance, one essence, manifesting as this varied creation, as different names and forms. This was his actual perception all the time. And so he would not distinguish between, there was no distinction of things in his life. He saw only God in all beings. No, all beings also, you can't say all beings. And this is our great tradition. In fact, it is the spiritual tradition of every religion in the world. The perception of one reality in the midst of diversity. If we can translate this into action, bring something of this into our own lives, you see, we would have got the wisdom of the essence of the Indian spiritual heritage. Because this is the essence. To be able to see unity in diversity and to look upon humanity as one family without differences. And understanding mind creates the differences, and so better train it. That is all that is required to be done. Thank you very much for having me here. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Like enlightening and informative talk we heard today. And I would like to convey my sincere gratitude and thanks from Khomsorn and Pravrajika Divyanandaprana for guiding us on this spiritual journey and providing a wonderful introduction and sermon on the subject wisdom of Indian heritage. Now I would like to invite Dr. Chaitanya ji to please come forward and we would like to felicitate the guest speakers.
Photo. Okay.
I request Mataji to please come forward.
Photo.
Mataji to come forward and give a gift of 2 books, which is produced in Thai by our association, Ramakrishna Vedanta Association of Thailand, which has been translated by Dr. Suvit, who is also here. So may I request Phramaha, Khomsorn to come here, please.
Photo. Yeah, photo. One more. Okay.
Life focus.
Photo. Yeah.
Translated.
1, 2, 3. One more. Okay.
A set of book present to the students and representative of Mahajulalukon Vidyalaya,
Okay.
one of the world's biggest university in Thailand.
Okay ครับ ครับผม
แข็งแรงอยู่ไม่ไปไหนเลยนะ สตาร์
เอาวิดีโอมาถ่ายดีกว่าวิดีโอ โอเคครับ 1, 2, 3 one more โอเค